Hi guys, I'm back. I went to a buddy's place, I don't know, last week sometime, and he has a retarded huge TV. I think his dad owns it. It's like 60-something inches. It's nuts. And he's got a sound system that could, rattle your fillings loose. It's nuts. I don't even know how many watts it is. It's crazy. So we watched Cloverfield, which was perfect for, that's exactly the type of movie you want to watch on something like this. And I thought the movie was really good, because it was like if there was some kind of major incidents, like some kind of huge creature tearing the ass out of the city. Shut up, Emerson. If there was some type of big creature going to town on the city, this is exactly what it would be like. I mean, you wouldn't carry the camera throughout the whole movie, but I'm sure, there's got to be somebody who would be like, I gotta document this because this could be useful, you know what I mean? What a fucked up movie. And it looks totally good too, and the acting is very real. They didn't pick anybody I've ever seen before as far as actors, but they picked the real, I don't know, like personal actors. Like it almost seems like it's a personal experience just amongst these people. Well, the rest of the city, of course, but it's a really good movie. I thought it was great. Some people, I guess, got sick in the theater because of the motion sickness or whatever. And I've never been someone who gets motion sick at all, so it didn't bother me in the least. But I see how it could freak somebody out, It's nuts. I love it because at the start of the movie, it's all fine and dandy. It's the going away party, a little bit of melodrama, of course, between the friends. Because one guy slept with another girl and blah, 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 and he loves her and he just won't tell her. And then all of a sudden, the shit hits the fan, right? And then from then on, it's like, just, the group keeps getting smaller and smaller and smaller because people keep fucking dying. It's really cool. And it rips the head off the Statue of Liberty, which is, I don't know, kind of weird. I don't know. They didn't really... This is what I like about the beauty of this movie, is they didn't explain what the creature is, where it came from, nothing. They just give you the situation. Like, there's a fucking giant creature with tentacles fucking tearing the city a new one. That's it. Like, try to survive. And they try to go rescue a girl and end up going right towards the fucking thing. Anyway, it's a fantastic movie. There's not a lot you can really say about it other than, camera techniques and acting, and the effects were, spectacular. They looked great. It looked like they tore the city up to make this movie. But they didn't. Very good. Everything all around was very good. I'm also, I'm a bit of an achievement whore when it comes to my Xbox 360, right? And I have something like 14,000 gamer points or score or whatever, which is pretty good. I mean, I have more than anybody I know, my friends, but I know there's a guy out there who's got 100 grand, and he must, be on life support so he can sit there and play his fucking 360 eyelids wedged open, So I try to get a good gamer score. I mean, I've beaten some pretty goddamn ridiculous... I got some ridiculous achievements. I got all of them for Geometry Wars, which is fucking retarded hard. And I mean, I got some other ones that are just crazy, but I'm trying to get, as many as I can. So I will go out and buy games. If I see a good deal on a game, I'll buy it. They had, Tomb Raider, the first one for the 360, not the anniversary edition, for $9. So I mean, I bought it because it's, $1,000 plus the game's fun. And I bought a whole bunch of little $9 games because I was like, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna get all the achievement points I can. And I got Enchanted Arms in a package with the Superman Returns game. And I had heard the Superman Returns game was dog shit, and I put it in and I tried it. And at first I was like, my first impression was, I don't like the way this looks at all. Then as I kept playing it, it made me realize that the graphics, aren't spectacularly beautiful, but you can see the whole city at once, so that's kind of a pretty big deal. But the game itself, okay, it's not exactly the most entertaining game. You wait in Metropolis for something to happen, and you fly to it, and then you beat the shit out of the villains, and that's it. There's a little bit of strategy in the fighting. They didn't make it totally bland, but they could have made it, if they would have made it just a little more complicated, this game could have been very good. And people get hurt while you're fighting, right? So then you pick them up and you take them to the ambulance, and you get a little, the city has a health meter. And if this goes down, you're dead. But you can't actually die, which is cool. It's fucking Superman, But if Metropolis gets too smashed up, that's when the game ends, right? So the whole cool point of this whole entire game is the fucking powers, because I guess, the pedigree for Superman games has been pretty, crappy up until now. And they say this is the best Superman game that's come out, and it's only gotten a 4 out of 10. I'm just a little more comfortable with you. So, basically, this is the best one and it sucks, but it's a big step forward. The powers in this game are fucking phenomenal, though. When you're when you start flying, I mean, your cape's fluttering everywhere, and then you got this button to hold that makes you go supersonic, right? And you hold it down, and you just start fucking cruising. And as you hold it, you start going faster and faster, and eventually you break the fucking sound barrier. And then, I don't know, you break something else. I don't know, I'm not a science-matician, I don't really know but he breaks something else, and it's almost like he's going supersonic or whatever. Like, he is fucking just cruising. I mean, the laser beam, when you fucking fry something with your eye lasers, I mean, you leave marks all over the buildings and stuff, and like, trees will light on fire, and cars will superheat, and then you also have a super version of each one, and the fucking super version of your eye lasers is nuts. You hold it down, and you go, and then when you let it go, he does a sweep across, like, this huge area, fucking bakes everything, and then he's also got, put out fires, like, it's just like a breath, so he blows really hard, right? He blows. So anyway, the normal version can send cars, like, flipping and stuff, and then it gets upgraded. Now it's upgraded to, like, level 4, and when I blow now, it's like cars go rolling down the street. But then you also have a super version of the breath, and when you blow, fucking cars are fucking just flying down. Like, they're going 50, 60, 100 feet in the air, just flying. And then you also have freeze breath, and you have the super version of that one, too, and it's really fun. And something they included, which I didn't even realize, is when you go to use your powers, you use the right trigger to shoot them. If you hold down the right trigger a little bit with any of your powers, it gets like a very weak version of it, and as you hold the trigger down more, he focuses it. So it's something that they put in that most people didn't even realize. I didn't realize either. But it's cool because your laser vision is very broad when you hold it down a little bit. It's just kind of like, a mild irritation. Then as you hold down the trigger, he narrows his eyes and focuses that shit, Fucking really cool. And when you smoke, like, the combos are really good, too. So when you're smoking, I was fighting with Morgul, or whatever his name is. And he was blocking, and I was punching, and I was just giving her, like I was doing like a 7-hit combo or whatever. And the sound effects are fucking amazing. Like, it sounds like these, like, megaton, bone-crunching hits just flying back and forth. Like, it's like, crunch, shock, boom. It was insane. I loved it. So this game, I mean, it's Xbox 360, well, Xbox in general is kind of guilty of doing this. Their formula is fun repetition, right? It's just like Halo. Halo is a perfect example. It's fun because you do these little squad battles, and you just do them over and over and over and over again. And they're fun, but you do them over and over and over and over. So it's like fun repetition, and this is probably the worst example I've seen of it so far. That's all you do. It's just... But, like, my buddy John, right, he is a guy that has his master's. I mean, he's a fucking wicked smart guy. And he hates, like, he doesn't, when he plays a game, he wants to actually play it to relax, to unwind. He doesn't want to think too hard about it because he does so much thinking during his normal run of the day. So, like, he loves it. I think he'll love this game because you get to be soup, you get to fly around, you get to smash the fuck out of stuff, and there's no morality, no plot points, no nothing. You just go and kick ass. And those are the type of games he really likes. So, if you're into that kind of mood, I mean, it's perfect. It's a simple ass kicking. Like, just like a lot of games out there, just a simple ass kicking. This is one of the most simple ass kickings I've ever seen, but I mean, what are you expecting, really? I mean, at least they put a couple comic book villains in, like you fight Bizarro and you fight Metallo, and I don't even know. I'm not huge into the Superman mythology. I've always liked Soup. I always thought he was cool, and the comic book where he gets killed is fucking awesome, where he fights Doomsday, and then they came out with a cartoon not too long ago. And it looked kind of like the style that the Batman the Animated Series has done, and it's fucking awesome. Like, I think the cartoon is actually better than the comic book. Like, they really did an awesome job on it. Anyway, I think this game is actually a lot better than people gave it credit for. In that it is fun. Like, I love just flying around and using my superpowers and smashing things. I mean, Soup will start to go fast, and then I'll run into a building, and it'll go and leave this giant crater. I'm like, sorry. And you get to do fun stuff, too, like, someone's like, oh, look, it's Superman, and then I go, boom, and smash them, and they fall down, and then I blow them, and they go, just freeze them or whatever. Like, it's a fucking hoot. The powers are amazing. If they just, like I said, would have made the game a little more complicated, like, just, I don't know, like, the city gets beat up, and you save some citizens, and the city will get some health back, but they could have, like, built onto that, you know what I mean? Like, they give you a couple of just missions where a building will light on fire and you just have to blow it out. They could have had more things like that, like, a NASA shuttle's crashing and you have to go pick it up or whatever. Just a little more stuff like that would have been great. A little more complexity would have made the game, like, it only got a 4 out of 10 in most forums, most whatever, but it would have made the game a lot, like, I think it's at least 6 because it's a lot of fun and it's mindless fun. So if you're into that type of shit, I'm going to come back and do some more reviews. I think I'm going to do some vacuuming first because I got to do some cleaning. It's dusty.